camp in Japan needs a good stretch, and I'm gonna start the day. Another day in Yokohama, Japan, starting with breakfast at the hotel, and I tried natto beans today for the very first time, and honestly, it wasn't too bad. I don't know why people complain so much about it. It wasn't too bad. It was kind of just like okay, not pleasant, but not disgusting either, but their curry was phenomenal. This is the fit for the day. Cute. That is a mall, and there's also that boat that does like night tours. Wanted to try it, but I think it's gonna be way too cold. There's not much to do in Yokohama, and this is a final day, which I'm very happy about. But today we're gonna check out this sky tram and where it takes me. I know there's a old warehouse that has been turned into like a mall kind, so I'm going to check that out. And then later we're going to Chinatown, which is the largest Chinatown in all of Japan. So excited for that. We're going up here. That's the sky tram. Almost $12 for a round trip, so there and back. You could totally get just a one-way, but it was pretty easy to buy a ticket. My ticket, it was 1,800 yen for a round trip for a person. I've never been on one of these, so I'm very excited. And each group, like if there's two of you, you get your own private one. I love these trees. I forgot what's it called, but I saw them all over in Ginza, Tokyo, and I love it so much. If I ever have a house, I think I'm definitely planting one of these. Walking around. It's not as cold as yesterday. We're going to that thing. It used to be a warehouse, now it's a mall. This is called the Red Brick Warehouse, and actually behind it there's also a Christmas market which you have to pay to enter. Coming from Europe where it's always been free, that is just like a no for me. So this used to be a warehouse. I have no idea what it looks like inside. I did not want to spoil myself, but shopping mall. Downstairs we have some shopping and food. The middle floor shopping, on the top more food.
Eat, shop, and eat more.
Yep. And this is actually so cool. I loved it. It was a little chaotic. There's so much in here. The first thing we saw is jewelry. There's a few entrances. And then behind the building, I also saw a smoking station, which is like a designated smoking station. It was inside a tent. So there are multiple like little food vendors. There was like burgers and some other foods. We did stop for pie. Over here we have some like snacks and drinks, but I feel like these are like more fancy. Like there was nothing here that I saw again in a regular grocery store, so it has to be some kind of maybe like limited edition or like a higher price something that comes from a boutique maybe, and everything is very pricey. So now here's some food. If you're hungry, I was planning to go eat at Chinatown, so I didn't get anything from here, plus I just had breakfast, but they look good. All in here. Wow. Jewelry, bags, some more jewelry. I think this is like a very very touristy, like a tourist trap store. Also priced a little bit high. We'll look around. Maybe I'll find something nice. Oh, these are the hairpins. I love these. I have one. They're so beautiful. Hairpins. These ones, how much? How much? This one's 5,940. So beautiful. so many kinds. Wow. They also have vending machines for like little random toys. Like that's a tiny tote bag. This is a piano. And there's so much more over there. So this is a Turkish store. Turkish area store. So I'm just now realizing that this is kind of like an international store. Later, we're also going to see an American store, which was so funny to me to see something in there. When you see it, you'll know. Wow. Music boxes, they're so pretty, very pricey, and honestly, I don't have space in my luggage for this. Well, actually, I do because my luggages are still empty. I'm waiting for Tokyo for the last day. But look how cool this wood keyboard is. I think you put it over your keyboard and just like kind of like a masking thing, but super cool. Everything in this store is like wood designed, wood stuff. Here we had some wood keychains and phone cases. Over here we have some really cool designed hoodies and clothes. Really awesome clothes they had here, but again, very, very pricey. This store, oh my god, you walk by this store and it smells amazing. There's candles, hand soaps, hand creams. Bought hand creams, and you just wait how much we spent on those hand creams. I'm gonna tell you, like, after the pie stuff. There's 4 hand creams and 2 essence oils. They also have like body wash and other things, and because it was tax-free, they put it in a little bag. When Home Depot is fashion. Coasters, spam coaster, socks, Pringles. You love Pringles. I'm gonna buy a NASA. NASA raincoat for my dog. I was looking for a cafe where I could sit down for a hot drink, but I only found this Granny Smith, and I'm not disappointed. This apple honey latte looks so good. I've never had green apple latte, so I was very intrigued to try it, and also might as well share a pie and see how it looks like. The design is very secondhand, but I am loving it. It's very charming. Here is the apple pie. There's multiple apple pies on here, and all from like different regions of the world, which is very interesting. But the latte looks exactly, if not better, than the picture, which had me in wow, because I love it when food looks like the advertising. And this is how much we paid for 2 coffees and the pie. A little pricey, but okay. Some Christmas lights. Probably looks so much better at night. There's some food trucks over there. That's the entrance, but like 500 yen just to enter. My European mind cannot comprehend. But this was fun, very touristy. A lot of international stores, and yeah, we spent a lot of money that we did not expect to spend that much. Of $40 some just on hand cream. Found this cute view. There's a time over there. It is cold, but not as cold as yesterday. We're gonna go back on this. We could walk through this bridge, but it's just nicer. And we're gonna get a view from the other side. Gonna go take a little break at the hotel, and then going to Chinatown, which is the largest Chinatown in Japan. So need to rest up before all the walking. There's over 660 food stalls, restaurants, so gonna try to be there as much as I can, and I want to see the night lights. I do kind of like that Yokohama is not very touristy, because then we can really see how people live without the crowd of tourists. I'm sure there were tourists here too, but a lot of the tourists here are also like from different Japanese cities. And in a taxi, this one says, please keep conversation to a minimum. So yeah, you're not supposed to be like yelling in conversation. A subway, another subway, and I also forgot to show a different subway earlier that I went into, another subway, and then we're in Chinatown. We have to walk through this very, very long underground hall, but it had a ton of like history about Chinatown, and it was so exciting. Like, I could just not wait for this. it has multiple entrances as well. And here we are. This is one of the entrances. Oh my God, I was so excited for this one. It is so beautiful, so beautiful. And this is from 1880, so that's when Chinatown started here. And vending machine, first vending machine. There was a ton of vending machines too, especially in smaller alleys. Now, when you walk in, there's gonna be a lot of food places, and these food places had a lot of people in line because, well, that's the first thing a lot of tourists saw, so that's why they went. And I noticed that the prices at these locations are higher than the prices for the same foods when you go just maybe like 20-30 feet ahead more inside. Did you see how big those baos were? They're massive. There's so much food places, but it's the same thing over and 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 over again. The same foods, but as you get more in, it gets cheaper. Also, something you have to consider. Yes, these restaurants cost more, but if we are thinking about like quality stuff, because once we get more in, there's less people, a lot less people, but there's more and more restaurants. Most of them sell the same thing or like variation of the same thing, and a lot of them are like seafood. One of the restaurants we saw had scallops. It was like noodle and scallops, which looked good on the advertising, right? But there was not a single person inside. How to say this to not sound rude? When you're traveling and you only have a few days in one place, you don't have the luxury to risk getting food poisoning. I'm not saying there could be food poisoning in there because the fish is old or expired, gone bad. But when it's a restaurant that has a lot of traffic, people coming in and out, that means they bring in fresh produce, especially if they sell seafood. Oh, there's a scallop right there with the noodles around it. I went to a resort in Dominican Republic, and this resort was 5-star, $1,200 per night, and I still got food poisoning from raw salmon. They had to take me to the hospital, and it was hours before I was flying home, which made it so much worse. But as tourists, when we're traveling so quickly, like you're not spending a whole month here, we do not have the luxury to risk that. So that's something you have to wonder about. Does the few dollar difference really worth risking the food poisoning? Walking around, I found this beautiful temple. Oh my God, so beautiful. Look at the details. Every little thing. Wow. Look at all the details. Even the stairs have details. I actually did not have time to kind of read about it and find out what it was. I think you had to buy a ticket to go inside, which we didn't. But look at all the animals. I think those animals on top represent the zodiac for the Chinese zodiac. I know I'm a dog in the Chinese years. It was just so beautiful. I loved this temple. It's pretty big too. If I had more time, I would probably pay to go inside and see from inside, but it is getting dark and it's really cold. I constantly see locals wearing shorts or very short skirts, and I'm just like, how? They probably got used to it growing up in the cold. There's so many businesses and no one inside. Like almost every restaurant I've seen so far are empty. Like this one's empty, but there's so much advertising. Oh, old building. So many details. You will also find really good deals for an 8-course meal for 3,000 yen, but there's a ton of all you can eat, which I did not know until we finally sat down for dinner, and it was a lot, and it was also Chinese food. Going into this place and getting a bun since 1926, a bao bun, 450. There's no seating, but they have a couple of seats at the very back of their grocery store, so why not? So it said that it's like an award-winning. It has pork and noodles. Super hot, but I cannot wait. I love how this looks when it gets dark. It's just, the vibe is undescribable. And now that I've been through this and had the buffet, I should have just stick to like the street food that we saw at the beginning. The buffet we had was not bad, and it was only right now $12.67. This is it. This is a buffet for 1,980 yen. So about $13. You can choose between 80 course, or you can do 130 for a little more. But for the 80 course, that was fine. And there's a lot of things to choose from, but it's kind of like this very similar stuff, but you have to order a drink. So we just ordered a Coke. So the first dish we ordered was this like duck skin kimchi. With this duck, you have to like build your own kind of like a burrito thing. It was very tasty. This one was actually pretty interesting. I think it's the sauce that got me. That was really good. This is mayo shrimp. That was probably the best. This is like just dumpling, nothing special on the inside. Gyoza was okay. So we ordered like, about like 12 dishes. We actually ordered the shrimp, I think, at least twice. And then for the dumplings, we also ordered them again. Also ordered a dumpling soup that was pretty good, not as good as ramen, but pretty good. We ordered a second set of the duck, and we asked them to give us meatier parts, because in the first one they only give us duck skin. These are dumplings, 2 of each, and they bring them all together. And these are black sesame balls. I love these. These are one of my favorite things to eat at a buffet. And when you're in the toilet, make sure you don't accidentally walk into the toilet. So that's something you have to keep in mind. This building is so nice, and I just realized that is a dragon. That's so cool. How to tell what has alcohol in it? If it has this, what's the alphabet for blind people? If it has it, that means there's alcohol in it, to let them know that there is alcohol in it. But I'm looking for my tea. Under $1. Yes. So it's softer than the bottle I had yesterday. Nice. There's just so much stuff. So much stuff. I was really full at this point, but I did want to get a little bit of snacky, not too much, just like one thing we're gonna try at the end of this video. This is so beautiful. So beautiful. Like, people get to see this every day. I know it's just lights and advertising and stuff, but to a tourist who does not see this every day, this is wow. I mean, insane. And it's not even what's waiting for us in Shinjuku or Shibuya, which unfortunately I did not get to spend too much time on, but we'll get to that when we're there. So this was it for Chinatown. I'm gonna post a video of walking through the whole thing. It was pretty long, so I'm gonna do that separately. This is how I recharge my Welcome Suica card. Not every machine is gonna look the same, but over here we're gonna go to international. Usually it will say English, so international, and then English.
Guidance will be displayed in English.
Thank you. Recharge. IC card. Put it down here where it's blinking, and it takes it away. Now select 1,000, and then now it's blinking right here. Putting it in, make sure it's flat and goes halfway in, and now we'll stuff it in. Receipt right here. impressive seat right here. There's a McLaren right next to my hotel. I had to go check out what they have. It matches my hair.
It matches your hair. Huh?
Oh, the Chinese buffet was plain. I mean, I think we ate a lot, but nothing was like super tasty. The shrimp mayonnaise was like the tastiest. Everything was just kind of plain. It was alright. I would not go back, but it was okay for once. I got candy now. It's kind of jelly. First, I'm gonna do a smell test. Smells like candy, like melon candy. Ah, there's not a lot of them in there. It's a pretty small pack. Kind of looks like a grape. Like a gone bad grape. You know when like your grapes are getting old and kind of soggy because it's been on your counter for too long? That's what it feels and looks like. Oh. It popped. So there's like an outside layer to it. And then the inside, it's like a hard, not like really hard, but slightly harder than regular gummy bears. But then you start chewing and it's kind of slimy, like a very silky, slimy, not very slimy, but it kind of feels like a little bit slimy. And then chewy gummy bear. Taste wise, it's okay. Yeah, I've had better melon flavored candies. This was okay. I should have got the grape one. Grape is always good, like that tea. I got another tea of the grape tea. It was amazing. We are done with Yokohama. There's not that much things to do here. It's a newer city and it's very industrial. So it's a lot of working people here. You're gonna see a lot of people in suits, which I like. Yeah, the men look really nice here. Like they dress like really nice. Yeah, it's not a very touristy place, which is a good thing. A cruise ship does stop here, so it does bring tourists, but it's not like Kyoto, Osaka, or Tokyo. And if you wanna come here and you're wondering where to stay, now this Hilton is really nice, but there's not much to do. Like walk around and like go to a restaurant nearby. There is nothing like that. You have to like take the subway to get to somewhere. So staying around the train station, the Yokohama train station, is the best idea. Anything further than that, it's just gonna be work, office, and then there's a couple of apartments. I'm just wondering, where did they go out? I think a lot of people have cars here. There's a lot of like parking structure. It's a newer city. But anyways, done with this. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna have breakfast and then gonna go back to the airport and flying to Osaka. And from Osaka, taking the limo bus to Kyoto, where we'll be spending 4 nights, 2 full days. And then like tomorrow, half the day, because we're gonna arrive to Kyoto around like 30 p.m. We're flying. With flying, it's only an hour. With train, it's 3 hours. The fast train. But the train cost more. Yeah, flying. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. Nice. I'm very ready to go to Kyoto because I want to see like the small, tiny, little cute streets, historical houses, the architecture, and this is nice with the buildings here. But I came for the history. Good night, and I'll see you in Kyoto.